Okay.
All right, Historic Preservation Commission meeting for June 18th, 2025. Roll call, Clay Burkett here, Claudia Camargo, George Ruiz, Chris Sutton,
Here.
Hope Wilson,
Here.
Luann Holman is absent, Allison Daglow,
Here.
and Keith Schaff is not here. We do not have a quorum. We do have new business today, but we will not be voting on that because we do not have 4 to vote.
You technically have a quorum, but one member has to recuse.
Okay.
So you want to, you have a
Okay,
quorum.
we technically have a quorum, but the new business involves George Weiss's building. So he will have to recuse himself. So we do not have 4 that can vote or that will vote. First, we have approval of last meeting's minutes.
We can't conduct any business.
What?
We can't do it.
Oh, because we can't approve the minutes either. I'm sorry.
You actually, you can approve the minutes if you wanted to because George is here. He does not have to recuse himself.
Yeah, you can approve the minutes.
So you can do that.
That's why I'm like, I was really confused.
You just cannot conduct any other business regarding the case. So we will need to table that. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Do we have a motion for the approval of minutes from last week's? Did everybody get to read those?
Yeah.
Okay.
I motion.
4:30 Monday. A second.
Okay. All in favor of minutes approved, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. Our new business was on a building of 108 South Wayne Street, but we are tabling that for a special meeting. At this point right now, it might be on Monday at 3:30. But we need to confirm quorum for that. So we'll move on to old business. Voices and Votes Smithsonian exhibit.
Yes,
Okay.
I did receive notice from Indiana Humanities. As I had said in the past, Angola was selected as one of the 7 sites. And that was released to the public on June 17th. And we will have the exhibit here in 2026. So as we get a little bit closer through the planning process, I'll reach out to HPC for some of the things that we need for the exhibit.
Okay. Awesome.
Photo contest.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm asking. Is the photo contest. Do we have the
We do.
submissions for the photo contest?
We can do that.
I didn't have that on here.
So photo contest, HPC board to judge the photo contest for Historic Preservation Month. The submission was extended to June 13th. The photos will be judged by 3 categories, which were color, black and white, and 18 and under. We didn't receive a number of submissions I was hoping for, but we do have a submission for each category. It is something I think we should consider doing again next year. Possibly starting a little bit earlier and trying to get the schools involved, I think would help quite a bit with that.
Yeah.
But this was in honor of Historic Preservation Month. So we did extend into June. But again, my suggestion would be that we do this project again for next year. So I'll just kind of go over each photo and what the artist said about their. So the first photo that's up is a capture of the morning beauty and sunrise on Trine University campus. This was in spring. Spring and the morning represent new beginnings like our students' experiences on campus. This was a submission for the color category, and that was the only submission in that category. If you do not want to proceed with any of the photos as winners, we don't have to have a winner.
Mhm.
But this was the only one in this category.
Mhm.
Our second photo I'm going to pass around. I was not able to get a good copy of it because it is on glass. So, and that submission is a photograph that was created the exact same process and chemicals discovered in 1851. This is an ambro type silver on glass. I chose to capture the image of the courthouse because it was built in 1861 through 63, and this would have been the accurate photography at that time. This process is messy, delicate, and sensitive. Note the flag at half-staff due to the passing of the Pope. And on the image on the front is the camera that the artist used. And this was for the black and white photo category.
That's really cool.
For the 18 and under submissions, this was a different perspective of the courthouse through bike spokes. And you can kind of see the outline of the courthouse in the background.
And the dollar bill, was that a dollar bill on the spokes?
No, it's the reflective light.
It kind of does look like that.
It's like, we used to know when we were
Yeah,
kids.
you put the money in there. And this was an image of the marquee, and the artist says this is a historic marquee that we are lucky to have in our town, and that they liked the flowers coming through in the springtime. And the other 18 and under category were 2 submissions. We'll look at this one first. I walk by this church by my house a lot, and I've always loved to look at it. I think the design of the buildings are very pretty. These are 18 and under. That was their 2 submissions. So I will go back to the beginning for the color category. These are photos that we would like to use for the winners in any historic preservation events that we're doing or any social media that we're using. This artist was Al Beatty, and he heard about the contest in the newspaper. And this is a photo of Sponsel Hall at Trine University. Do we want to award him the color category? Do you feel like that wasn't something that you were kind of looking for in that category? I do have some criteria for photos. I didn't feel like we needed to probably do judging forms because we didn't have a lot of submissions. But for looking at photos, I always recommend that you look at a couple different things. Their technique, the composition, the lighting, and if the photo is telling a story, which I think all the artists nailed that.
Well, I think it's a relationship with Trine, but I think it's I like the deepness of the blue with the red. It's striking. Wish it was a little whiter on the bottom, but it's striking. But it's nice. Obviously.
Yeah, sunset on campus.
I mean, I feel we've only got, one submission for 2 of the categories?
For black and white and for color, multiple for 18 and under.
But you know, do we have to say that?
No.
Let's just award them and then.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, like,
Yeah.
I mean, we, Main Street has provided the prizes, right? So we might as we'll utilize the prizes and announce the winners for those 2. I personally, I enjoy the under 18 ones
Yeah.
a lot more than I do the adult ones.
Yeah, very nice. And then with the announcement and then posting it.
Yeah, for next year's, I think, I feel that's what we.
Plus the story behind the glass plates. That's fascinating when someone goes to that much trouble to read.
And then you felt the same with black and white category. Okay.
I really did too.
And
I love this one.
Yeah, I like this folks the best. It's a fun photo.
so this is the same artist. So the Brokaw and the wheel spokes.
Mm-hmm. And this is for what, 18?
18 and under.
Can we scroll through the other?
Sure.
Just personally, I like my favorite is the Spokes.
I mean, those are just snapshots.
No, I personally like that. This works.
That's fine.
Are you all in agreement of
Yeah.
photo one?
Okay.
And that photographer was Camry Everidge, and that was photo location was Bike and Soul, and that was a perspective of the courthouse through the bike space.
That's fine.
All right, I will notify the winners of the photo category, and I would suggest that we would do it again next year. We'll just start that a little bit earlier when school's in session.
Yeah, if you give them, we'll only do these next year.
Yeah. Yeah, we could look into that as we get a little bit closer. We can decide if we want to just do a youth category or if we want to.
Because it makes the youth see what's a historic building.
Yeah, we can
It's a good,
play with that. I feel like we'll have a lot of potential for next year. I think we started too late with trying to advertise it.
I did reach out to the schools, but I think that was kind of toward the end of the school year, so we didn't get a lot from that. We did put that out on social media. I did let the KPC know as well, and then I did try to send out to some local photography studios just so they could try to get the word out. And then I believe I also sent to APAA to kind of get some of the kids there involved.
I feel like if we started in at least advertising it in like January, February, we'll have a lot of more interest if we can push it a little bit more.
Could potentially even do March, April, May, and then we'll kind of have the end of Historic Preservation Month being the deadline.
and even when you announce winners, if you say you're gonna do it again, it gives people the opportunity to be looking for this year.
During Christmas or something like that too.
So
Overall, I think the submissions were pretty good.
Good job. I know it's just so hard. The word. The more options we have, the more difficult it is.
and we do want to thank Main Street. They donated the prizes for the winners and made some really nice gift baskets. And then the city of Angola did trophies for the winners. So I will let the winners know, and then we'll do some pictures of the winners with the gift baskets and the trophies too. So,
Awesome.
all right, that's all I have for that part.
So
Okay, and any reports?
So we do have events. I just wanted to let you know that in October of 2025, I'm planning on a haunted cemetery tour of Circle Hill. I am going to get with Luann, and I've been working with Kathy Aldridge on some history of the cemetery. And when we get a little bit closer, I'd like that to be something the HPC can kind of get involved with, and possibly even the Klein Museum. So I'll bring that up again. I just want to start to kind of get that information to you. I'm looking at October 2025 for the haunted cemetery tour. Thinking I might do one daytime tour and then one maybe 18 and over tour in the evening. That would be a little bit more, I don't want to use the word scary, but maybe.
But you do.
Well, I do want it to be a little bit more scary.
Yeah,
We have a bike ride too. It's really fun to ride that. Right in the dark.
Kathy gave me a map of Circle Hill. I'll have to pass it around to you guys at some point, but this is the map, which I never noticed had a star in the center of it.
Oh, interesting.
So, but talking with her, there's a lot of rich history, and I think we won't have any trouble trying to come up with some notable people from Angola's history. And that was all I had for new business.
okay. We went through old business, cause I got out of thing. So, any reports or comments from members? Attorney's not here, staff?
Nothing else for me.
Any news on the Klein request?
Yes, I still have that on my list. I just have some other things that are coming first before that, but yes, I still have your request, and I do still intend to have that done for you.
Thank you.
All right. Anyone want to make a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right. Meeting adjourned.